Welcome to this week's edition of Stock Market Pulse. My name is Eric. Today is Wednesday, April 27th, 2016, and we are after the close. In this week's edition of SMP, I want to go over a hidden gem. I got into this week, and I think we got a pretty good shot at making a nice gain here over the next few weeks. So let's talk about the setup. So first of all, for this to kind of be a hidden gem, this is typically a lower price stock. In this case, it's kind of a catch-up play. So let's talk about it. So the stock here you can see is ticker SAN, Banco Santander, and this stock has just been murdered over the last several months. And basically, I think we're putting in a short-term bottom. And I think over the next several weeks, the stock could rally maybe 20%. And let's talk about how I get those numbers. So first of all, we're trading about 519. This stock is valued, all the fundamental research that I do and the way that I value stocks on the fundamental side is I have this price stocked at the stock price, at about $6.03. And if you notice that pretty much lines up with the last leg down. So this is going to be our obvious first target, possible resistance. But you can see we've broken the downtrend. And we're starting to make, a higher low and a higher high. I think it's okay to get into this at these levels with a stop below this week's low. So this week's low, one other thing I want to point out here, earnings are behind us on this stock. So the earnings risk is out of the way. The reaction on earnings wasn't stellar, but it was negative, so that's good. So the uptrend is intact. And basically, I'm looking for the stock to move up to about $6. So what I want to do is put the stop below this week's low, which is about 487. And so I'm going to put my stop a little bit below that. We're going to choose to stop at $4.80. And if you were to get in right now at 519, that would be about a 7-8% stop. Okay. However, if we get to the first target, that's about a 17% or so gain. And then you're going to squeeze out another 5 to 10% if we get up to second target, which are going to be the bottom of these candles, which is about 660 and change. So, but initial first target, I think, is a pretty good chance, and at that point, you'd raise your stop from there. So again, we're risking about 8% to make about 17%. With an additional 5 or 10% as gravy on top of that. So again, fair value for this stock is just around $6, and that's all we're looking for this stock to do is get back to fair value. Anything after $6 is gravy, so you want to be prudent and take some profits at that point. So that is my hidden gem for this week's edition of Stock Market Pulse, and we'll see you at the next update.